the whole purpose I want to do this podcast, I want to help people know just one thing that if you could tell someone to help them out in their life, if they can understand this concept that you feel and what you do in taxes, if people just understood this one concept, what is the one thing that you would tell people? Hey, if you get this, it will make your life so much better if you can understand this concept. Now, I just threw that kind of on you. But what kind of came to your mind was something that people need to understand about taxes?
So from my perspective, again, I deal mostly with federal taxes, right? So I'm a federally authorized tax practitioner. That's what I do with IRS. The one thing that I would say is that the IRS has seen so many iterations of different scenarios every single year. I mean, you got to think about how many millions of returns a year the IRS sees, and then they see this year after year after year. So this is one big game that's being played here, right? And some people play the game really well, and people get mad about it, and some people don't play the game at all, and then they get mad about it, right? So I would say that taxes is, anytime you're talking about people's money, they're going to be emotional about it. So if I could tell people one thing, it is that the IRS has default categories for pretty much everything that you might do on your tax returns, whether they're corporate, trust tax returns, individual tax returns, payroll tax returns, whatever it is. The IRS has seen this game played millions of times, and they have a default category for pretty much everything. And so if you don't proactively plan how you want your situation to occur, then the IRS is ready and waiting for you. And so if I could get one point across to people, it's that tax planning is something that really should not be overlooked. I mean, I've had people come in before that, CEOs of businesses, people who have gone to college, gotten MBAs, people have come in and they're like, I'm smart. Engineers are the worst about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They think that they think a spreadsheet can fix everything, right?
Yeah.
So they come in and they put it all out on paper and they say, well, according to my limited knowledge, where I've studied this for maybe one semester in college or maybe 2 semesters in college, I'm now going to use that knowledge and carry it forward for the next 35, 45, 55 years in some cases. And I'm just going to play this game the way that to the best of my ability and not hire a professional and not get a second opinion, right? It's like when people try to do their own will. It's like when they try to do their own trust, right? They don't actually go get advice from people who've studied this a whole lot more than they have. And they end up falling into these categories, and they think, well, this is just life. This is just the way that it is. So planning is one of those things that you just cannot understate.